Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into the living biological foundations of sustainable agriculture. With an ever-increasing global demand for safe food, and of course the incredibly urgent need to actually conserve our environment, modern farming is at a massive turning point right now.
And that brings us to the ultimate question, doesn't it? How do we grow food safely without harming the earth? For decades, we've leaned heavily, almost exclusively, on synthetic chemicals. But as we're going to explore today, there are some incredible, living biological solutions right beneath our feet that can do the job better and so much safer.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. The sustainable agriculture shift. Biofertilizers, biopesticides, weighing pros and cons, and finally, the future of farming.
Section 1. The Sustainable Agriculture Shift, a Natural Approach.
So we're rapidly moving away from our old chemical dependence towards something far more integrated with nature. Instead of just dumping toxic synthetics onto our fields, sustainable agriculture enlists biological products derived directly from living organisms. Think of them as microscopic heroes that enhance plant growth and protect crops. We are literally putting nature to work to shield and feed our entire food supply.
Section 2. Biofertilizers, fueling plant growth.
Let's meet the first group of these microscopic heroes. I like to call them the builders, or the feeders. By definition, biofertilizers are preparations containing beneficial microorganisms that improve soil fertility and promote plant growth. And they do this by increasing the availability of essential nutrients. But what's truly fascinating is how they pull this off. They literally colonize the plant's root zone, acting as this living extension of the plant itself to supercharge its nutrient uptake.
Now, what's really interesting here is looking at the specific functions they perform. Nitrogen fixation, phosphate solubilization, potassium mobilization, and producing growth-promoting substances. These microbes, they don't just add external nutrients the way chemical fertilizers do. No, they actively unlock the nutrients that are already trapped in the soil. It's like having a microscopic crew down there opening up vaults of food, vastly improving overall soil health in the process.
Let's break down exactly who these builders are and their specific superpowers. First, we have nitrogen-fixing microbes, like rhizobium, that literally pull nitrogen right out of the air. That's amazing. Then there are phosphate-solubilizing microbes, like bacillus, that dissolve trapped phosphorus. And then there's my personal favorite, mycorrhiza, like AMF. These are beneficial fungi that form a symbiotic relationship with roots, dramatically improving nutrient uptake and even boosting a plant's drought tolerance. It's just an incredible biological partnership.
Section 3. Biopesticides, nature's crop defenders.
Okay, so we've fed the plants, now we need to protect them to complete the whole shebang. Here is our working definition. Biopesticides are biological agents derived from microorganisms, plants, animals, or naturally occurring substances that control pests and diseases. The massive takeaway here is safety. These are the eco-friendly, target-specific, and much safer alternatives to the harsh synthetic chemical pesticides of the past.
Just like our fertilizers, our defenders come in three main forms. First up, microbial biopesticides. These use actual living organisms, like Bacillus thuringiensis, or BT for short, to suppress pests. Second, botanical biopesticides, which are derived straight from plants. Think of things like neem extracts. And third, biochemical biopesticides, which use non-toxic natural compounds, like insect pheromones. Because all of these are derived from nature, they biodegrade easily. And what does that mean for us? Significantly lower environmental impact and greatly reduced chemical residues on the food that actually ends up on our plates.
So how exactly do they neutralize these threats? Well, it's a brilliant multi-step combat sequence. Step 1, they might produce specific toxins that are harmful only to the target pests, leaving the good guys alone. Step 2, they actively compete with pathogens for space and resources, essentially starving them out. Step 3, they can literally parasite the harmful organisms. And Step 4, they can disrupt pest reproduction and behavior. Imagine using those natural pheromones to confuse a whole swarm of insects so they can't mate. They're just outsmarting the threats at absolutely every turn.
And because of this varied arsenal, their applications are incredibly versatile. We can use them for insect control against caterpillars, beetles, and even mosquitoes. They manage devastating fungal and bacterial diseases and can even biologically suppress invasive weeds. This sheer versatility makes them absolutely crucial for modern integrated pest management and organic farming systems.
Section 4. Pros and cons, weighing the reality. Now that we've seen what these microscopic heroes can do, the crucial point is neutrally balancing their incredible benefits with their practical realities.
On the advantages side, they are overwhelmingly positive, right? They're eco-friendly, target-specific, biodegradable, and they genuinely improve soil fertility. But they do have their kryptonite. They generally have a much slower action compared to chemical pesticides. You don't always get that instant knockdown. They are also highly sensitive to environmental conditions. They often have a shorter shelf life, and they might require repeated applications. So proper storage and handling are absolutely vital here.
Section 5. The future of farming. Biotechnology advances.
So how are science and integrated pest management paving the way forward to overcome those exact hurdles? The answer lies in rapid biotechnology advances. Scientists are actively working right now to upgrade these microbes. They're developing better microbial formulations to drastically improve shelf life and storage stability. They're enhancing field performance, they're streamlining large-scale production techniques, and they're even developing genetically enhanced beneficial microorganisms. Basically, technology is making these natural biological tools more robust and reliable than ever before.
Let's synthesize our core message for today. Biofertilizers improve soil fertility and plant nutrition through beneficial microorganisms, while biopesticides provide eco-friendly pest control. Both are absolutely essential for sustainable agriculture. It is the perfect synergy. You've got the builders feeding the plant from the ground up and the defenders shielding it from above. Together, they drastically reduce our dependence on chemical inputs and support true ecological balance.
And that leaves us with this final provocative thought. As biotechnology continues to advance at this breakneck pace, will the microscopic heroes beneath our feet ultimately secure global food security? The shift is already happening, and the living soil might just turn out to be our greatest ally. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll catch you next time.